Hello, FlossTube Stitchers. You're going to see a melt of snowmen at the end of the video in the form of a slideshow of the models that we have on display in the store right now. I was wondering if there was a suggested collective noun for snowmen, and there was. I looked it up today, so I will put the link in the show notes. We're going to start off with a jumble of other holidays and items before we get to that. We have a couple new store models on loan from customers. The first is Bent Creek's Christmas Row, which surprisingly she had not had framed or loaned to us. That was our friend Kate Fulton, who's always been one of Bent Creek's biggest fans. And I've practiced how I have to show this. Okay, here we go. I had to get it so that you couldn't see the overhead lights. So that's really cute with the popcorn and cranberry string and the gnome. So we're excited to add this to our wall of rows that we have towards the back of the shop. And then the second one is on loan from Lynn Saloy, and this is the third in the Stony Creek Collection's what is it called again? Divisions of Nature mini-series. We already have spring and summer, and so this is autumn. These are both, there we go. These are both under glass, which makes it tricky. And then I just have to get it so that you don't see the overhead lights. And the buttons are from Stony Creek. We have all the seasons and the button packs in stock right now. So we're going to enjoy having that. And then we had some new charts. I'm really only going to show you because a lot of the new charts that came in were still Christmas that had been on back order for the last couple weeks or whatever. So I'm not going to show you those. I'm just going to show you the two newest series and then the three automatics that came this week. So I also forgot to look. I don't know if I already showed you this, but Country Cottage has a Big City Christmas. And the first one was Department Store. So I apologize if I showed you this before Christmas. I can't remember when it came. And then the second one is Theater. And those are both $7. And then in the Petite series from Little House Needleworks is Lovable for Valentine's Day. So I thought those were cute, and that's $9.50. And then the three autos were Heart and Hand Needle Art. And the first one is the Winter White Whirligig for $6. And it fits the white bowl. It's more creamy. The lights are playing with the color a little bit, but anyway, we have that in stock, and it calls for Smoky Pearl Belfast, and we have it in stock, and it definitely looks more green than the blue on the front cover. So this is what Smoky Pearl looks like. It looks more gray in the picture, so just want to let people know about that. Really any blue or gray or green would work, whatever you like. Alrighty, let's see, put that where it belongs. And then they have another one in their Long-Legged Bird series. This is the first time that Cecilia has put two creatures, and so this is called Tweethearts. And then this is the 2023 Collector's Heart, and it's all red this time. So this would really work for your red sampler walls, or you could do it, it does come with all the materials, but you could change out the fiber if you wanted to do it more pink, and then save this red for something Christmas or patriotic. But I think that's really pretty. And Bonnie, our framer, usually stitches those. She's missed a few maybe, but we'll probably have this model before the year is up. And then the last one from Heart and Hand is called Perfect Snowman. And this is a reprint. Let's see, the original was 2002, so 20 years ago. And it's still relevant, especially here in Northeast Ohio, where it tends to snow a lot. I imagine Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, all those places would feel the same way. So he's really cute. We don't have the button packs right now, but they will be on order this coming week. Or you could use buttons of your own choice. And then Primrose Cottage Stitchers had Snow Place Like Home for $9. And I believe this was originally in one of their sip and stitch boxes, and now it's been released to the public. So this will definitely be on my to-do list, but you know I don't like to stitch the same designer too close to another project from that designer, so that's gonna have to wait. Then Hey Sweetheart is one of their, I guess this is the first in the Subway Art series. So I really like this one too. I like the style. And then Loads of Love in their Truck series. And the two larger charts are both 14. And then we have Stitching with the Housewives Automatic. In their Let's Go Ride a Bike series, we have Tulip Trail for $9. And in their month-to-month series, they're up to March. And then their standalone pattern this time is called Farmhouse. All right, then we'll move on to my hashtag NYE12x12 stitching. I continue to work on 3 of the projects in the past week. And I actually finished 2, so Christmas in the Round I did, and if you remember, I can't show any, let's see, well, I can't show any more of it, or I'll show the chart, but remember, well, if you saw my social media, I do have this joy, let me see if I can, let me hide this with, I'll hide it with something. I'll hide it with another one of her rounds. Okay. Okay, so there you can see the whole joy. And I have that. And I did it on the suggested 32 count fabric, but I changed the color to the white opalescent, because I had a scrap of it. And I changed the floss to black. And I really meant to bring this with me today because I wanted to show you the O in Joy is more oval than it appears on the front. And when you actually finish the stitching, it's very round. So I know it looks good in the picture and I will finish it the same way. But when I finished, I thought, I had a moment of doubt where I wished I had stitched it on 36 count so that it was a little bit smaller and maybe more of the actual piece of the O would show. Do you know what I mean? When I finish it, I will show you what I mean. But anyway, you can see a little bit of the sparkle there. And so I finished that. All the tails are tied off and everything, so that's fully finished. And then I decided to make that the giveaway for this week. So you can have your choice of any of Judy's in the Round series. And I'm just going to show these to you. To do it, let's see, can I do it quickly that way? Okay, I'm out of 3 of them. There's a Dogs in the Round, Kitties in the Round, and Winter in the Round. And I'm ordering them next week. So if you want any of those, you're actually going to have 2 weeks, I think, to comment on this, because I have the Christmas decorating video coming up and I won't do a giveaway or an announcement in that video. So you have like 2 weeks to comment. So there's Alphabet, Around France, Birds, Fall, Halloween, Love, that's a timely one, Owls, Rabbits, Spring, and summer. And if you're familiar with that series, Judy always stitches them several times in different colors and shows different finishes. So it's really fun to see what she comes up with each time. So just say which one of those you might want. We'll put your name in the drawing for that. All right, then I worked on Bent Creek's Buzz, which was from 2001. I have no idea why I waited so long, because I really liked this when it first came out. They had a whole series of these that were words that had the little buttons. These have three little Poindexter buttons from Jabco. And we had some of them as store models. Maybe we had Buzz for a while from somebody else, and that's why I didn't have the urge to stitch it right away. But I was really excited that it stitched up that quickly. So I think this is Picture This Plus doubloon in 32 count. And the reason those two tails are hanging is because when I did the lettering, they have you do it in a long stitch, and I wanted to press it first and sew the buttons on before I tied those tails off, because I didn't want anything to happen to the letters while I was still fussing with it. So anyway, I think it's so cute. And there's a road stitch in the middle of the flowers. It was just so easy, so quick. I really enjoyed working on it. Oh, there's one thing that I might change. Do you see that middle leaf? It's like really bright green at the top. So it's just the way the floss played out as I used it. There's a little bit of that bright green here, and there's a tiny bit someplace else, but I think I don't like that. So I'm calling it finished today for this video, but I may go tear out that leaf and restitch it. So it's just in an odd, I wouldn't mind if it were in the middle, but it's just kind of in an odd place. It's like it's sticking up its middle finger to you. So I may change that. But anyway, I'm calling it a finish. And then I also continue to work on Shepherd's Bush Winter Notes. And I'm just doing the big picture. And if you remember from the last video, I had stitched the Madam Snow Lady in 2 strands. I had gotten the top 2 snowballs done with 2 strands, and I just felt like it was really thick. And so then I started stitching the man, and I liked it much better, and the snow at the bottom. So anyway, I'm liking how that's working out. And I'm actually using 2 different skeins of oatmeal, because one of them was really beige and the other one was almost pure white. So I'm stitching with one length and then the next length, and so the beige part of it is getting interspersed in there, because I didn't want all of that snow to be beige, but I also didn't want to use an overdye and have it look like a solid color. I liked the way their model looked, and it has some beige showing. So anyway, I did that. And then just for reference, I didn't even realize this until the winter whirligigs came in, but the winter notes was also done on this smoky pearl. So of course it would look beautiful on this. I already had the slate blue Lugana in my stash, this weird piece. And I'm glad I did it on the blue. I think that smoky pearl I would tend to do like a Christmas piece on, because it looks more green to me. But my snowmen I like to be blue. So I like them to have a blue background, because then it goes with everything else in my collection. So that is that. And yes, I covered everything on my list. So now you're going to see the models behind me broken down by section, and there are some models in a couple different places in the shop, so those will be at the end. And then I'm going to show some models that we had already photographed that are possibly at home right now with the stitcher. Some of them are mine, but I didn't do a tree this year, so I just showed 2 of my snowmen in a previous picture. And then we have 3 other ones that are really odd sizes, or they have glass on them, that have been really hard to photograph. So if I get my mind to it, I'll have somebody help me hold up the black foam core at a certain angle so that I can take the photo. with the black blocking the light, because I can't believe I haven't photographed those yet. And maybe I'll show them. I'm sure we're going to have a little more winter here in Ohio, so or maybe I'll just show you the finished models in another video. So okay, well, enjoy the slideshow, and the Christmas decorating video is set to go up next weekend. Hopefully, I am working on it. Takes a while to edit it to make sure that you can see the whole picture. I put it through iMovie, and it decides what's most important, and sometimes it doesn't show the whole thing, so it takes a little bit of editing. And I also like to mark it with, like I did for this video, I like to mark it with the designer's name and the title of the chart, so that you have all the information you need if you want to order it. I don't want to have to answer a million questions on what it is, so this is more efficient for both of us. So enjoy the video, have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.